Yo, how's everybody doing today? It's your boy Coach Q, aka Mr. Awesome. You know, one thing that I can't quite get to a realization of, I don't know why I start all my podcasts out with yo. That's just my thing, man. I don't know. I'm a weird guy, but I've always tried to find that catchy phrase, and then you think about it as a human, and then you go live and you freeze up and say yo, or whatever your weird thing is. I always do it. But how's everybody doing today? All the jits and gentlemen out there, all the lovely, beautiful people. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you're at, whether it's raining, cold, hot. I mean, it's hot where I'm at. I'm out here in South Georgia. I mean, it's hot. Let me see. It's 92 in the middle of well, it's not the middle of summer no more. It's towards the end, but it's still humid and flaming on like it's the beginning of summer. So lovely day to all you beautiful people. I appreciate everybody that's listening, going to be listening, future listeners, present listeners. Today I'm going to be talking about something that's important. Welcome to Legacy Wealth Advantage Podcast, Mastery Minds School for Independent Thinker, in direct sponsorship to Coach Q's recruiting agency. I started this podcast about a while ago just to kind of get some my name out there, try my best to get out of obscurity as much as possible by just opening up myself like a book to people, and what I've done is personal growth, where I've gone, where I am going. I didn't want to be one of those guys that waited to the end or the middle to finally start shedding light to people. So I can understand why I may not have a lot of viewers, but who I do have as of right now, I appreciate you listening. I think I'm worthy of listening to, because I have 100% changed my life, and I know if I can do it, you can do it. It isn't anything easy about it, but it was one of those things of, you come to a realization in life where you either change your life or you just don't feel like being in life anymore. I got to those kind of low points in life, and I know it's people out there that are similar to me, like me, been there, gotten better, but still just have that feeling of unfulfillment. Whether it's by a lost goal, person, dream. Most of the time it's a lost goal, dream / person that we just can't move past and forward from. If you're stuck in the past, you can't think about the future, and if you can't think about the future, life gets hard. So I personally started my envisionments on things when I say I just want to help whoever want to listen, because I know it's another Quentin out there that was in the same situation, wanted some help, some support. You thought she had some, and maybe the support system wasn't as strong as you thought it was. So whether you feel like you're empty on the inside or you are in your reality, know that somebody out here is willing to hold your hand to help you get through it. What I've done in my life is again, I've changed it. I've went from a reality of thinking in a box to creating a box. That is my reality now. I don't want to think outside of the box or in the box, but I want to create the box, and I want to help create a box for as many people as I can to help them think of a box to make and create for other people. What gave me joy in life again, as far as fulfillment, was building a business and businesses that when I'm no longer here and why I am here, I have the ability to say, hey, towards the end of my life, hey, Q, you've helped change the lives of many. You have that experience in front of you. You have that enjoyment. And most importantly, you have that personal trophy as far as where and the things they have accomplished from you just saying X, Y, and Z, you doing X, Y, and Z, you building X, Y, and Z, whatever it may be. But today's topic, for no further delay, it's going to be about opportunities in life. Most importantly, your job. What's your job, people? Is your job that's something that helps build you up in life? Is it something that helps give you creativity? Is it something that helps with personal growth, spiritual growth, and most importantly, I wouldn't say most importantly, but lastly, the physical growth in life? Your growth at your current employer / job is a direct correlation into where you're going in life. It's kind of like one of them old sayings, which is a very realistic saying and standard to me. Show me your top closest people around you up to 5. I'll show you what your future is. I heard recently Dan Pena say that. And the first person I ever heard say it was Jim Rohn. Then I heard Dan Pena say it. And they have 2 different complete personalities and characteristics. When both of them say it, it just brings me back to the reality of you are who you hang around, you are who you around. So if the top 5 people are who you hang around at work, then I came to a conclusion of what I do in life, where I come from in life. I went from working at Walmart to being self-employed in the insurance world. I knew personally, or I felt like my thing to do in life was always going to be to play football, right? So long story short with that chapter, which is it didn't work out. I didn't take the correct acknowledgement, steps, and opportunities that I had in front of me and cherish them, and the opportunity quickly ceased to exist. That was one of my biggest hardships of life, and it affected me for a while. What I did afterwards is I had to continue to live life, which was doing things I didn't like to do, but couldn't understand why. I thought it was because I was lazy. I thought it was because I was being immature. I thought it was because I just didn't know any better. But it wasn't because I was young. It wasn't because I was stupid. It wasn't because I was, being ungrateful. I just didn't like working for people. And it always came down to what I knew and who I knew. I was going to take my football opportunities and connections and either one be the next black Nick Saban or Kirby Smart. There's some big dogs that love defense just as much as I do. And there's some black coaches out there, Tony Dougley. Is it Dougley or Douglas? Tony Dougie. I can't remember the Bears coach. He used to be head coach, black guy. Lovey Smith, something. But anyways, my goal was to be a coach or take my business connections and be a businessman / entrepreneur / the little bit of money that I made from football. But the opportunity didn't come because I didn't make it past. I barely made it out of high school. And don't get me wrong, people. I wasn't all 5-star, 4-star recruiter, nothing. But I had my offers. They just weren't big offers that I thought I should have earned. They were smaller Division 1A colleges, which to me still awesome. That's where I was being immature and not appreciating the value of me accomplishing my dream, which was to play college football. That reality was, again, I just fell short not doing the right things between test scores, staying focused, putting in the work, everything that got me to the opportunity. I realized in the long run that I wasn't doing things to live up to the hype. So, what it boiled down to was I wasn't going to work for anybody. And when I had to realize that I no longer had football to lean on as far as I need this job until I leave for school, or I need this job until, I go to junior college to play ball. Because, every time I used to have a job, whether it's from when I started working at 15 to when I had to come home in a transition to go to my last opportunity of playing football, which is a Division II school, I needed to hold a job down because mama wasn't going to take care of me and support me. And I was, I was a grown-ass man, I wasn't a kid anymore. I was out of high school and had to figure stuff out, and I didn't like sitting around the house. That's just never been me. So my reality was, go get a job, make some money. I'm going to need it, especially when I leave. I went and did that. Every job I worked at since 15. At 15, I was asking people, how long you been here? How have you done this for this long? You like what you do? When people tell me they worked at Kroger, Walmart, warehouse, moving job, I've been in 15, 25, 8 years. I'm like, shit, man, how you doing it? It wasn't for me. As much as I tried to play it out in my head, even seeing my mama work for Lowe's majority of her life, appliances and retail, home improvement. I'm just like, I don't know how she do it. The longest job I ever held was at Walmart. My last job I've ever held. And every day, I kid you not, I would go into work with the mentality of, shit, is it over with yet? I remember one time I was at work for an hour, and I swear to you on my life, I thought I was there for freaking the whole shift. I looked at my clock and only an hour and a few minutes that went by. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. It was ridiculous. And what it boiled down to was it wasn't fulfilling me on a deeper level, mental, physical, and spiritual level. And there's nothing wrong with holding down a job and you loving it and liking it, whether it's something that pays you a lot or something that barely pays you. If you have true fulfillment in that, this message isn't for you. I'm talking for the majority of people that live check to check. Actually, I am talking to everybody. Because there's going to be things to do in life where you're not going to always like it. Now, I'm not telling you to be like some of the upper management at Walmart, which is the ringer here, who worked 16, 12, 14 hours just to make the $100,000 plus, or anywhere between the 80 to low six-figure income because you were a store manager or assistant manager, which they work the hell out of you guys for that check. And that's anywhere. I'm just speaking on what I know at Walmart. It's not worth it. You're working 4 or 5 days out the week. Somebody calls out, something goes wrong in the store, and then you got to work pretty much 6 to 7 days, making the same exact salary pay. It's ridiculous. If you're not going to love what you do, because some of them, like 2% of people love what they do, and you don't get to pay what you need to get paid for. Everybody can't be an entrepreneur or understand the design, the culture, the reality of it is it for everybody. I'm not talking to everybody in that sense, but there are higher paying jobs in other areas, whether you like it or don't. You just need to stack your money better fundamentally and invest in the right things to be able to do what you want to do. Or take what you love to do and start doing it yourself and struggle doing it yourself to build it to something great. Now, this is just a mindset thing right here, but why stay with the same W-2 job for 20 years that's barely paying you what you need, with small little increases of 50, 25, 75 cent increasements, which we all know is virtually nothing compared to the dollar that's deflating every day. And the real, which is inflating every day, it's not keeping up with what you need to live. Most people have to live in a two-person household as far as husband and wife, or with their parent, or with somebody, period, because you can't live by yourself. You can't live by yourself on a $30,000, $40,000 income. Specifically in certain cities, it's almost impossible to live in California, New York, and San Francisco. I don't think it's almost. I think it is impossible. Middle class / poverty in those areas are low six-figure incomes. So if you're making $60,000, $70,000 in San Francisco, New York, specifically San Francisco, it's so horrible. You might as well start the whole, just start over. Delete the city and start over. It's horrible. Horrible. Unless you have the privilege to work for Google or something out there, you have no chance of survival. But anyway, independently, back to my story of fundamentally knowing that I had to go seek bigger and better things in life, and that wasn't a secret for me because I was just physically, mentally, spiritually drained, unhappy. I knew I couldn't continue this. I knew I couldn't look back and say I've done this for 2 years. I'm looking back right now and say I've wasted 2 years of my life, but I just didn't know what to do. That scared me. It terrified me. It depressed me. It made me sick, not knowing what to do, but I want to do something better, which is why I've started my whole envisionment on Legacy Wealth Advantage, an opportunity built to help create opportunity for people. So fundamentally, when you look back and you hear on certain things of what you need to do, where you need to go, where can you start, it's always, sometimes that search can be overwhelming, which I know it was for me on what I wanted to do in life and how I was going to get started and who was going to help me, because getting started in a new industry, you want to have a great upline. Not a lot of people get a great upline, and it's like any other statistic. 90% of businesses fail in the first 6 months. That's kind of one of the reasons why. They want to do it by themselves. Life is not easy, and it's meant for us humans, which is why we have developed as much as we have as far as humans. Is we had to learn to help each other out, come together in little tribes and cliques, which is what it is. But it has muted us as a human. I shouldn't say mute, but underdeveloped us as far as humans of not working together and clicking up versus staying together as one unity. But we've made it. We've developed. The brain is developed. The body has developed to the most it can as far as sticking together and getting through things. It's hard to build a business by yourself. Why would you even want to? I mean, I understand if that's all the only option you have. I respect you for doing what you got to do. Most people have the opportunity of just simply opening their mouth, getting past their pride and just asking for help. But they just don't, specifically males. Men have this thing, this egotistic thing of just, hey buddy, excuse me, man, I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know something. Hey, look, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. What's that again? Because I don't want to get somewhere and thought I knew what I was talking about. Because I've been there, done that. That's how I lost my first goal and dream. Ego and pride. So, my reality back at Walmart before I got fired / quit all at the same time is what I tell people. I think on paper I got fired. I don't give a shit. All I know is I stopped working there and I was unemployed for almost 6-7 months. And my life changed when I wasn't just sitting around and it came to me. I was still going out. I was still being active. I was still going to network marketing events. I was just looking every day, 30, 40, pretty much 2-3 hours a day on what I can do. I tried some things and wasted money I didn't have as far as network marketing. I tried the something online with building a website. I just tried things, which is my whole point of view. Try things. Get out. Don't stop looking. When you find something that looks interesting, go deep into it and invest into it. All I knew and all I kept asking for when I came to reality of I just need something. And then it came to me, okay, I'm studying wealthy people. All of them have something in common. Sales. Okay, I need to get in sales. One, I need money. Two, I need to learn how to sell. So when I do build my business, I know how to sell. So I was like, I need a sales job. Sales job came to me. Had all these opportunities in front of me again. I said, okay, I can do this, and this. This was health insurance, car insurance come up, had the life insurance come up. And honestly, they all look about the same to me as far as where it could take me. I knew I needed to go from 0 to 6-figure real quick was my first step because I wasn't going to go to 0 to $1 million like I wanted to. Possible, but highly unlikely. Let's be real. It's not how you build wealth. Not in the beginning, at least. You don't take those big, huge jumps like that. So I was looking through opportunity because, the car insurance, people took the car insurance salesman job and made it a freaking billion-dollar, multi-million-dollar type of thing by investing in car dealerships or a car dealership business or whatever. It was ways. I was researching them. I was looking. The only thing that made me really initially jump in this industry, my upline, great guy, Michael Pozo, said, bro, if you ready to work, I'm ready. Nobody else said that to me. I'm like, wow. Okay. So I immediately jumped in with him. I haven't looked back since, and my life has changed. I went from being miserable at a job, no opportunity or personal growth in front of me, and that stuff bothered me every day. Every day. Knowing that I wanted to get better in life, I was finally thinking bigger. I was reading, I was studying people, studying wealth. I was just in this period of just confusion in life, as most young people are. As most people who want to start over in life, or as most people that wake up in life, you're just confused with all the initial data that's out here in the world now. Who to trust, who to believe. Everybody that's successful is kind of contradicting each other based off what they done and shouldn't do. And then I started getting in front of characteristics that kind of match my aggression, kind of match my portfolio on what I wanted to achieve and reach in life. And then life started making sense. But first thing first is I knew where I was and where I wanted to be. You are who and what you wake up and go to every day. If your job has no personal growth in it, look at yourself. You're going and spending time around people that aren't doing anything, that aren't hungry, they're not eager in life. That's you. That was never me, which is why I never liked working anywhere as far as Kroger, Walmart. I worked at a mall I worked at a job in the mall, which I got fired from. I pretty much got fired from almost all my jobs except for like 2 or 3. I left them and I never looked back. I didn't want to be like these people. I was miserable working there. Physically, I didn't know why. Mentally, I didn't know why. Spiritually, I didn't know why. But if you just think about it, spiritually, my spirit was telling me, you don't want to be like these people. This shit scares you. To make the little bit of money you do, not have real bills to pay yet. And I had a few bills, right? Nothing down the list of typical stuff yet. And not be able to afford to pay that stuff. Not knowing what to do to how to increase the income of what I was making monthly other than working more. And then I used to do the calculations, working an extra 2 hours. It's virtually not getting me shit. That hurted me. That detained my growth as far as where I wanted to go because I'm limited. What do? Do I get another job? I'm already struggling just to work this job. And I don't want to work this job. And I know I'm not going to work the other job. I'm just going to be more miserable spiritually. Which is why some people try to double up that first job. I might as well just be miserable here while I'm going to go to another job and be miserable. Your spirit is broken, people. What are you going to do to fix it? It's the question. I struggled pretty much all my life after football, which was about 4 years, or just 3 to 4 years almost. Just floating around, trying to live the dream, get it back, not doing the right things. It all boiled down to me. I take full 100% responsibility of why I couldn't live my dream, which was to play college football, which to me, how I think now, is why I failed. My dream should have been to play in the NFL. I fell short of my dream because my dream wasn't big enough. But in reality, long story short, I just knew I was going to play college football. I dreamt about it since I was 8, very vividly. I made it. I initially got a few Division I scholarships, which was my goal was to play college football in Division I. After I failed at my dream, it literally starts to just punch you in the face, the stomach, the spirit, everywhere. It's like, no, my goal was to really just play football. Now that I don't play football anymore and I miss it every single day, sometimes I just get sick turning on the TV realizing it's football season. So I'm like, wow, I'll never get to live that dream. Not in this lifetime, not in this universe, not in this spirituality. Maybe in my next lifetime. I finally gotten to the point where I'm over it as an entrepreneur and I have a new fulfillment in life. And my fulfillment is wanting to help people take that step, take that jump, understand where you're at, understand your reality. My envisionment is to, like I said, create an opportunity, look back on it and say, hey, I've helped X, Y, and Z in life. Not 2 or 3 people. My real goal is anywhere between 10 to 15 million people before I die. I want to be able to touch them indirectly and directly on Quentin Edwards, a.k.a. Coach Q, having something to do with developing them in life on a mental, physical, and spiritual level. I knew and now I know. I thought I knew, but I really didn't. Now I know. You are 100% who you hang around on a day-to-day basis. And your work people are included in that. Your family is included in that. I left home, came down to Valdosta, Georgia, about 3 hours away from South Atlanta. I had to get out of my comfort zone. I never went back. It was times where I knew I should have went back home, being homeless for a short period of time, and transition of getting my place together, being jobless. I was at square zero now that I look back at it. And I could have took the cop-out way and went home to mama and just figured things out. I didn't. And to this day, well, I know now, but to this day back then, I never knew why. It's again, bro, it's just certain moves you make without even thinking twice about it. Is because you got that because you got that mental and spiritual powers pulling down on you. I knew I could have went home. I didn't go home because I'm thinking like, man, that's the easy way. But I didn't say that to myself back then. But now I do. If I would have went home, I would have never learned, built, got better, thought about what I can do. I needed to stay out of my comfort zone. I left home for a reason. You gotta leave the people you're around if they're not going places in life. And initially, the few people that accepted me, or I accepted them as friendship after school, high school, the high school days when you feel like you got a lot of friends and then you figure out who your real friends is. And back in my day, I realized why I didn't have many friends. I'm not the same Q that most people know. Back in the day at Jonesboro / South Atlanta, I'm a different guy. I'm a guy that cherishes friendships, wants friendships, wants to grow. I want to do nothing but grow in life because I know it's short. I know it can be taken away at any moment, between all the things outside of this world to all the things inside of it. I just want to cherish what I have and what I have to give to people. And my reality to you today is, if you're somewhere and you're miserable, you're struggling, you don't feel fulfilled, and even if you're fulfilled but still struggling, there's something better you can be doing out there. Whether it's moving up to the next level, developing off that, doing the extra one or two things, whatever. I don't know too many people that are 100% fulfilled / still not able to, basically struggling financially. There's a few people out there that rather struggle financially and be happy about where they work. But if you don't know, and if you don't think, and if you don't have the reality of knowing that there's something better out here for you, you may not like it quite as much as what you're doing, but you gotta always think about the financial side of it. We need to stop acting like money isn't important in this world. It's what defines this world. Thou who has the most this connection, that financially, whoever got the funds runs pretty much a lot of things in this world. Political system all the way down to money itself, as far as the manipulation with it. You want to grow in life? Start with your job. Start with your friends. Your job growth and opportunity allows you to expand your thought process on where your job is taking you. Your job is going to take you places financially because it's supporting you. Your job is going to take you places spiritually and physically because of who you're hanging around and what they're able to do and where they want to go. You typically are sales or clerk or what am I trying to say? What is cashier clerk? Jesus, I don't know why I couldn't get that out. At Walmart or Kroger's, or I don't know why I keep saying grocery stores. It's all I can think of for some reason. Blockbuster, not Blockbuster. Them boys been went out of business. I'm tripping. Best Buy. And you're just a regular position there, and you're going hanging out with people with regular positions there, and you're going to be a regular person. If that's what you want, I'm happy for you. I'm not trying to dish you. But usually most people who I'm talking to are entrepreneurs, want to be entrepreneurs, or people who are already entrepreneurs, just thinking and looking to think bigger. The reality is you're not going to grow if you're not hanging around people that want to grow. You're going to go to work and want to grow and talk to Susie, who's fine doing what she does. She's going to look at you crazy. Yeah, you're crazy. You want to do that? How much is that going to take? You ain't got time for that. You know how expensive that is? Oh my God. You got to take financial jumps. You got to take spiritual jumps. You got to take physical jumps. You're going to get hurt. You got to fail. A lot of people are scared of failure. But again, if you're not hanging around the right people that's pushing you, saying you can do it, I've done it, I've tried it, let's do this together, you're not in the right position. Your job's not going to allow you to at least be a mid 6-figure earner. Why are you doing it? if you don't have the opportunity there. It's one thing if you're not there yet, but have the opportunity. Why are you doing it? Money isn't everything. Don't get me wrong. Your cap off of where you're at may be $500,000 or $250,000, whatever, but you 100% love it. That's perfectly fine. Do it. But support yourself. Make it realistic. Be realistic about yourself. Most people have a family to feed. Most people have life things come up between emergencies, health issues, tax issues, you name it. And all I'm saying is that the vehicle I've chosen in the insurance world has changed my life. And if it's something that you want to be a part of at Legacy Wealth Advantage, aka a partnership with Coach Q's recruiting agency, follow us on Legacy Wealth Advantage on Facebook. Hit me up on Coach Q123 at Instagram, or just visit the site, baby. www.legacywealthadvantage.com. It's www.legacywealthadvantage.com. And check the opportunity out. This is a $1 trillion industry as far as the insurance world itself. It's a vehicle that I've using to help me build the generational wealth I want to build for myself and my family in my life. And it's a vehicle where I'm able to help ensure that people have an opportunity at finding financial freedom, whether it's you want to make 100, the typical six figures that I wouldn't say most people do in this industry, because most people come into this industry with the expectations of this is get rich quick, which is not. This is not get rich quick. I tell that to anybody in all my interviews. This is get rich for sure. Very mediocre people can have a six-figure income. But the name of the game to build wealth is not if you can get it, because most people earn $1 million in their life. It's how long it took you. Bang, bang. If it takes you 40, 50, pretty much all your life, 80 years to build the first $1 million, you're not going anywhere. So you can come in this industry, you can make $1 million in the first 5 years. I wouldn't say year, unless you just knew hella people and had the right connections. In the first 5 years, 10 years, be very, very mediocre selling insurance or in the insurance world. It may take you the typical 20, 30 years. It's possible. As long as you got the right financial structure of who you represent. We represent a great carrier here at Legacy Wealth Advantage. I love where we're going as far as personal growth, and a lot of growth that is still needed to be the best, because we're not the best yet. I think we're about number 3 or 4 in the nation or something like that as far as final expense. I chose final expense in the insurance world, which, by the way, is a lot of things to do in insurance, between health, financial stuff as far as bonds and mutual funds and all that type of stuff. Medical supplement. I mean, it's a whole bunch of stuff to do. I specifically chose final expense to start with for my agency because to me it was like the drug money of the industry, which is kind of the cool thing to say. I don't know if it's the reality thing, but to me it is. It's the quick money, it's the quick cash, it's the quick thing to issue to clients that want to get going on stuff like right now. So I love what I do. I love what I can help people build, and I'm hiring people. If it's something that you're interested in, let me know. Like I said, visit the website at www.legacywealthadvantage.com. We're here supplying financial hope and dreams to any and all individuals. So your job growth, the people you hang around with, which, like I said, if you're working 40, 60 typical hour a week like most people don't have a work problem in our community. They have a right opportunity type of problem. You don't know what you don't know. If you're in a box, you won't know how to think bigger. And I'm telling you, it's a way out here to think bigger. I'm telling you, it's better opportunities out here for you. And you better get them while they last. Because we don't have a job problem in the U.S. right now. When most people want to work, most people can find something to do, even if it is the standard minimum wage job. People are always hiring if you're always looking. It's a lot of mediocre, high-paying, I can't say high-paying. It's a lot of mediocre jobs out here with a lot of turnover rate, like the warehouse jobs and stuff. Nobody who wants to do that for years. That's how your health goes bad. That's how your body goes bad. Because you got to take care of yourself, people. And it starts with mentally, physically, and spiritually. So I appreciate everybody listening today. It's been nice. It's been your boy, Coach Q. Check me out, Coach Q, on Instagram. Coach Q at 123. Again, that's Coach Q 123. At me on Instagram. Holla at me. Go listen to my old stuff. Leave a comment on this right here if you believe in me. If you don't, if you think I suck, if I'm talking too close to the mic, whatever. Let me know. I like the criticism. I like the hate. I like the applause. I appreciate you. You guys all give yourself a round of applause out there. That's for you, baby. That's for you. Y'all have a beautiful day, man. Y'all be easy.